We are not even halfway through March, but Royal Caribbean has a bunch of little surprises for us. The first being they've released the North America certificates for April. So we're here to talk about that today for both the short certificates of 5 nights or less, and the C certificates of 6 nights and longer. If this is your first time here, hi, I'm James from Sea Days and Sunsets. And this channel is dedicated to all things cruising, all things gambling, all things travel. So please, if you haven't, like and subscribe, and we'll keep you updated the best we can. So today we're going to be covering the A and the C certificates. We're hoping to get the Australian and the European certificates out later this month when they're released. But for right now, we're going to go ahead and cover the North America sailings. So let's jump right into it. So if you haven't seen my spreadsheets before, this is taking the PDFs that Royal Caribbean is releasing and converting them into a searchable and filterable format, which I use Google Sheets as my spreadsheets here and everything. Everything you should do always is go back and refer to the source. So if you're on my initial page here, which is called the key page, you can click on the actual source PDF. And this is what you get when you walk up to the casino host desk, and they give you that QR code that lists the different point values that you can earn on each of your sailings. Well, this is a little too much to work through for me, so I decided to convert all of these into the spreadsheet and share them with you. So the A sailings this month. What is special about them? We'll go over the summary. We'll go over the differences from last month here very shortly. But I did want to point out some of my very favorite things very quickly. And to start with, when you click on the Offers tab, if you want to sort and filter this, you need to create a filter view or download this for yourself. If you want to download it yourself, click File, Download. You can just save this as a Microsoft Excel document, and you can work with it just like a normal Excel document. Or if you want to work with it on the website, you can click Data, and you have to create filter view. The reason for this is I've shared this with everyone, but I can't let everybody filter and sort on their own. So you get to do this in your own little world. And by doing that create filter view, you create this filter view that will go away when you refresh the page and not affect anybody else. So now we're ready to sort and filter here and everything. This is the Offers tab. And the first thing I want to point out is I have added a new column this month. And it is the GTY column, which is for guarantee. It's got a no if it's not a guarantee and a Y if it is a guarantee. Short answer for all of it, if you got 3,000 points or less, you're getting a guarantee. Anything above 3,000 points, you're going to get a non-guarantee where you actually get to pick your cabin in there and everything. So you can do sort and filter by that, but I just wanted to be transparent the best I could with putting that on there. But the most important thing I do when I come in and sort through this is I want to make sure that my offers are not the BOGO offer, the buy one, get one at a, at a discounted rate. I want to get 2 guest offers. So I filter to that. And then for this month, the very first thing I want to point out is something incredible that I'm dumbfounded by. If you've got a cruise ending right at the beginning of April and you've got some frequent flyer miles, they are actually offering for 400 points, you can do an 18-day cruise from Sydney, Australia, coming back over into the States. That is just incredible. If you're on a point grind, if you're trying to get through this and get up to the next level in the Crown and Anchor Society, there's nothing I've ever seen like this before for 400 points. I don't care how you go at that. You can play the tables for that and come up with 400 points pretty easily. So keep that in mind if you are finishing in April. Now it is April 14th, so this would mean you'd have to probably be on a cruise starting in March, finishing at the beginning of April, and then book it immediately. So that's less likely. So let's jump into a couple others of just the incredible cruises that could be available to you and everything. Another one that's a really big one that I liked was under the 1,200 point offers. The Radiance, where are we? There we go, has a balcony offer, a couple balcony offers out there in August. So interior and ocean view is pretty standard for this level and everything like that, but a 5-day balcony is a very good value deal for you there and everything. It is a guarantee, of course, because we're at the 1,200 points like we had talked about before. The next big one I want to cover is, what are we at the 2,000 point level. There we go. There we go. There are, let's see, let's clear. We've got several Oasis class in there. And the big one I wanted to point out was the Symphony. It's out of Florida. Or it is at the beginning of the year here. Out of Miami. We got some Symphony cruises there for a balcony for a 4-day cruise. And there's several like that. So we do, even at this low level for 2,000 points, which again, that's what I usually try to stay under and what I'm really talking about. I am expecting most people who are getting more points than that are getting offers that probably are better than the instant certificates from everything I keep reading. I stay at these low levels, so these are the offers that Kimberly and I get each month. So that's another great one out there. And then we also had, there was another one for the Allure. Did I choose that as one of my ships? Where'd we go? There it is. We had Allure cruises in the fall that come up really good. Let's see, there's an Allure balcony out there. Let me choose just balconies. So these are all Oasis class ships that you can hop on some balconies out there. There's the Lauderdale cruise in the fall that I was talking about. And then if you're on the West Coast, I want to throw one thing out for you and everything there. Back at the 1,200 point level. Let's see, this is for the Quantum. They have a 1,200 point Quantum out there in May that is a balcony for 2 guests and everything out there. So this is just, they've got some really good deals this month. And so since I'm talking about the fact they've added some decent deals, let's look at the summary real quick. So here's the summary that we're getting for our 2 guest offers and our 1 guest offer with the totals out here. So you can even see just at the 400 point level, there's 11 offers for 2 guests out there. So 400 points, you can get that in a couple hours, maybe a couple minutes for some of the people gambling, but going up through that 2,000 point level, there's 623 2-person offers out there. But really the important thing to me usually is how this compares to last month. So I'll jump over and we'll look at the bigger numbers for all of this, which as we look at it, in total, we have over 1,100 more 2 guest offers and 832 1 guest offers. So while we lost over 4,000 last month, we got about 25% of them back. So hopefully this is trending in the right direction. I would expect them to have a few less offers right now because of the Prime certificates coming out in April. I expect a lot of the casino cruises are probably going to get taken with those Prime certs, so maybe they don't have quite as few. So hopefully this will be trending back up, and we'll get back to where we were and get some of those for about 3,000 more back along the way here month over month. So that's for our A offers. That was for the short 5-night or less offers. The C offers are exactly the same as the A, of course, except for these are 6+ night offers and everything there. And let me see my notes here. Your highest value you can possibly get on this. So I'm going to do this again. Data, create filter view. So we got a filter view here. And then our very highest offer we can get, it looks like, in my opinion, is the 1,500 point offer. And that is for Ovation. So an Alaska cruise out there. Let's see. Did I lose it? There we go. Ovation. And we have a bunch of Alaska cruises out there. Let me go ahead and change the type to remove the one guest offers again. And here we go. So just at the 1500 level, you've got 7-day cruises through Ocean View, one of them in a balcony coming up here at the beginning of May, but a lot of interior and Ocean View. But if you want that beautiful balcony to sail around Alaska, this might be the one for you if you're able to get up to Seward to sail out of there, which we are doing later on this year. We had to look at this to see if it actually met with our dates, and this unfortunately does not. So that was a little disappointing. Once again, at the 200 point level, or 2000 point level, we again are going to have tons. Let's see, did I miss anything? Got Harmony. I'm going to look at our Oasis class. Let me know if I miss anything in the comments if you want to say anything. But we've got these. We've got all of these interior and Ocean View. This is the sea level, so these are 6+ nights for you have to earn just 2,000 points to get up, and you can get on some of the great Oasis class ships there. That image that I started with here, I'll jump back over to it for 2 seconds. This was of the pesky parrot on the Allure as they upgraded it, and this has become my new favorite hangout there and everything. So please, it's a lot of fun if you do it, and there were some great bartenders in that bar while we were on the Allure. So anything else that was important? Some Freedom class again. That we've got Ocean Views for 7-night cruises on Freedom class. And then Jewel of the Seas out of Tampa is another good Ocean View that's out there. So if you want to look at some of these and sort and filter and look for your dates. But again, the summary. Here's the summary of what's available for the sea offers. And so please look through these carefully, look at your 2 guest offers, see where you want to look at the different levels, where you have the most opportunity. But then the most important thing, again, the difference between last month and this month. You can see almost everything went in the right direction for the levels. We lost 42 one guest offers on the 2000, but we gained 174. So I consider that a net win for the 2 guest offers there and everything. So again, we're trending in the right direction here. And so this is really good news in my book for everything that Royale's doing, and that hopefully last month was an anomaly and we're going to see some ebbs and flows. And as I get closer to having done this for a full year, I'll be able to compare year over year for the months instead of just month to month, because I am not sure what trends occur throughout the seasons and how Royale kind of adjusts everything as they go. So again, if this is helpful to you, I really appreciate you listening to the end here. I would appreciate a like and appreciate a subscribe with the notification bell turned on so that you know when things come out. And otherwise, good luck to you with all your gambling and everything else in your life. Have a wonderful day.